this is Ruchika. In this video, we are going to understand the assessment criteria for IELTS writing test. It's important that you are aware of what the examiner is looking for in your response, and you must practice in the same direction. You definitely need to work hard, but smartly. So let's have a look at the marking criteria now. There are 4 criteria that you're marked on: task achievement, task response, coherence, cohesion, grammar, and lexical resource. Lexical resource is vocabulary. Each of these criteria accounts for 25% of 9 bands in writing. Let's have a look at task achievement and task response first. Task achievement is for task 1 that has a letter in general and summarized text in academic test. Task response, on the other hand, is for task 2 that has an essay in both general and academic test. Now we'll have a look at how task achievement and task response are marked on letter, summarized text, and essay. In general test, task 1, that is a letter, task achievement is marked on how properly you write the reason of writing a letter, along with addressing all the prompts. Just like this letter, you will always be given 3 points or 3 prompts to address in a letter. Make sure you address all of them in different paragraphs. Also ensure that you maintain an accurate tone throughout the letter. That means formal language in formal letters and informal language in informal one. Do not mix the style. Whereas academic test, task 1, you have summarized text in which you're supposed to describe a table, a graph, a chart, or a diagram. You will be given either one or combination of 2 of them. Task achievement will be marked on your ability to logically summarize the key features in 150 words with appropriate data and significant trends that you'll see in the image given to you. Writing task 2, that's an essay in both general and academic test. The task response is evaluated keeping in mind whether you have responded to all the parts of the topic. For example, your topic is researching one's own family history is becoming a popular trend. Why do you think people do so? Is it a positive or a negative development? Now there are 2 questions, that means 2 parts to this topic. Make sure that you address both the parts of the question. And when you write the ideas, don't just list them by using commas and adding one idea after another. Instead, explain your ideas, develop and justify your stance with the help of examples. Remember, you're not marked on just listing the ideas, but how you present and develop them. Let's have a look at coherence and cohesion now. We'll take up coherence first. Coherence refers to logical sequencing of ideas. As in, are you really able to make the reader follow your ideas stage-wise? As in, you're supposed to form the paragraphs really well. In fact, an introduction first, which will explain what your essay is going to be further about. And then body paragraph 1, that will explain your one set of idea. To explain another set of idea, form another body paragraph 2. And if the question demands body paragraph 3, else jump on the conclusion directly. This structure will help the reader understand your ideas stage-wise. In fact, paragraphs and paragraphing act as a guide for the reader, as in which direction your points and ideas are moving. In an idea, one point should direct and make way for the other. Also, when you write paragraphs in coherence, remember that your ideas should also have sequence. That means you should not write the ideas abruptly when you start the paragraph. Instead, start with the topic sentence and club with idea. I'll tell you what is topic sentence. For example, your topic is, it is important to safeguard the local languages. Agree or disagree? Let's say you agree because you believe that it will preserve the culture. Do not write, it should be in a bid to preserve the culture. What is it here now? Can lead to confusion. Instead, write, first evident reason for protecting the vernacular languages is to preserve one's culture. Now, the sentence here for protecting the vernacular languages has been taken from the topic here, see? Not in the same words though, but paraphrased form. That's what you're supposed to do. And then it is clubbed with the idea, preserve one's culture. That's coherence. Cohesion, on the other hand, is marked on how well you connect the ideas and paragraphs. And this can be done by using linkers and cohesive devices, such as moreover, additionally, furthermore, to add similar kind of idea. However, whereas, while, on contrary, in case of contrasting ideas. For instance, for example, to illustrate, namely, etc. for the purpose of giving examples. Which means that this is to say that, etc. when you want to explain the idea. Coherence and cohesion in all are judged on your ability to organize and logically interconnect sentences and their parts and connect ideas with linking devices. There should be flawless reading without any abrupt ideas. Use relevant and appropriate linking words. Do not use them unnecessarily. All right, the criteria of grammar is judged on grammatical accuracy of sentences. As in, how correctly are you able to use tenses and their combination, correct voices and their combination, modal auxiliary verbs, comparatives, conditionals, relevant and correct punctuation. Just a comma marked at an irrelevant place changes the meaning of a sentence. In this, you can also fetch good marks if you use the combination of simple and complex sentences. You're not judged on the number of mistakes made here, but how effectively do you communicate your ideas? All right, so let's have a look at lexical resource. So 3-4 things here. Replace simple, common, and informal words with more formal and uncommon ones. For example, you want to write, a strict supervision will stop the criminals from committing another offense. Use the word prevent or deter in place of stop here. And use the word re-offending in place of committing another offense. That'll make it, a strict supervision will prevent the criminals from re-offending. Isn't that better? Second, use correct collocation. Collocation is an arrangement of words in a sentence. Make sure the words are correctly positioned together. For example, we make mistakes, we don't do them. We have fast food, not quick food. It's actually taking or writing the exam, not giving it. Third, demonstrate range of vocabulary. The wider, the better. Try and not use the same words again and again that you're using in the essay. Instead, use synonyms, paraphrase the words, reword them. But please take care of accuracy. You're not marked on just listing the words, but how properly you put them in sentences to make proper sense of it. Use appropriate tone or register. That is, use formal vocabulary in all your writing tasks except for informal letters. For example, words such as kids and anyway are informal and should be replaced by children and nevertheless, respectively. The list of formal and informal words are easily available on net. Go through them. So that's it with the assessment criteria for writing test. Watch my next video on assessment criteria for speaking tests. All the best.